Well, hello, and welcome to Advanced Automation Skyblock. Well, this is not the first day that I've been playing. I've actually been playing for a little while, but this was my starter island, and this is how it looked like. It was an island of gravel and 1 block of dirt. Which, as soon as I planted this sapling, it grew up, and half my blocks started disappearing. So all the water started spilling out. This was quite a hassle, but I was lucky because I had, for some reason, a kelp, and that kelp helped me be alive, start mining out the tree and all that kind of stuff. You know how it goes on Skyblock, and got a bucket of lava and slowly built this very manual cobblestone farm. And every single time you mine that block, I will give you a new one. These were the humble beginnings. So I'm looking around everywhere, and I see that ship over there. That was just outside a render. For some reason, nowadays it renders. When I loaded in, I could see the ship, but not the ocean monument. So I wanted to go down, and I wanted to make a bridge of some types. Don't ask me why I did this, but I made this waterfall type of thing with all the blocks I had, and I made it so I could just stand in here and it would flush me down. I think it was because eventually I wanted to try and get some mobs so I could move them, or I don't remember. It's been a couple months ago. So there's this ship. So I went down to it and started harvesting some materials from it. And then, of course, I saw the ocean monument, which unfortunately, by the time I got in there, it was claimed. As you can see, it's the path I eventually took, but it was claimed. So that was very unfortunate, but hey, it is what it is, isn't it? So then I decided to go the other way. It's like, all right, let's go back up and let's expand the platform, try and get some villages going, or at least something, you know? So went back to my my island over here. There was a wandering trader waiting for me. I unfortunately did not have anything. So I could not buy anything. Eventually I met up with the guy with the ocean monument, and he gave me a spruce sapling. This is my favorite wood. And from there on off, I could start bridging out. At first, I did this with cobblestone, and then, well, I didn't really bridge out. I bridged down and started making a whole, as you can see, a whole platform. That worked out pretty well for a little while. But I outgrew this island pretty fast. I needed some type of mob farm or something. However, before all of that, I fell, which means bye-bye. Everything. Luckily enough, I spawned over here, just a little ways away. I'm lucky because I just as well could have been spawned 3,000 blocks away. I believe that's the max, but yeah. So I spawned on this, another gravel island. Same rough start, except this one was rougher because, as you can see, I obsidianified my lava, which meant I had a cherry blossom tree, and that was it. So I decided, okay, I'm gonna mine trees until I have enough wood to make it back over there, because I could see that. But from here, I saw the Woodlands Mansion from the distance. But before I went out there, I decided, hey, I need some tools. I need some stuff. So I saw that dungeon over there. And in those dungeons, you have copper, which boosts my tools. I was like, all right, that's where we're gonna go. First made it back to my island. After that, I went over here. And I went down there and I mined all the stuff I could. Then I was somewhat prepared, still eating, not even dried out kelp, just eating kelp, I believe. Worst food in the game, but that's what I was eating. Stay alive. And I made it over here with cobble. As you can see, I have now moved in. But for a long while, I could not. So I had this janky staircase on the side of this woodland mansion. Nothing like it is right now. And I made it all the way to the top. Which, that was pretty awesome. I now have an elevator, so let's go to the top. But inside of these woodland mansions, it's rather dangerous. So I lived on the outside. So I lived on this rooftop right here. You can see all these trees. This is where I lived. I didn't even live on the top part. I lived on this part alone. And what did I do? I mined trees. And every single time I had an apple or something, I would eat it. I had this. Now I have these farms inside, but I had a couple of crop farms out here. I was very slowly getting some dirt. Every single time I got some stone out of my cobblestone generator on the other side there, on that starter farm, I would melt it down, get some stone, have a block of moss, and then convert it with these spruce trees into podzol, and kept on expanding. And that's how I got my first dirt and stuff. So yeah, I lived on the roof, but because I was a little too afraid. Well, not really afraid, but it was rather dangerous in here. So what I first did is I cleared out this whole top section. And then I moved in. As you can see, I moved in. I tore down all the rooms in here. I made it nice, wide and open. What I wanted to do is I needed an iron farm and a reliable source of whatever. So I made one. I waited and I trapped a couple of zombie villages, and I got a witch, and I did the whole thing, trying to get it to throw a potion of weakness, but a potion of weakness alone is not enough. But luckily, again, as you can see in the distance, there are mine shafts. I breached over to one of these mine shafts, and I went down, and luckily enough for me, there was 3 golden apples. Not 1, 3. That was exactly what I needed. Oh, look at these guys. They're just having a jacuzzi party. Anyway, so I got those, and I got my first couple of villages, cured villages. As a matter of fact, I went down to another one of those mine shafts, and I got 2 more apples. So now I have 4. From those 4, all of this was created. And I still have the original 4 because they're cured. This is one of them. This is one of them. And I believe one right here, and might be another over here. Yeah, there we go. That's the 4th one. And I didn't know how to build these iron farms, but I had a suspicion. So I looked up some YouTube videos, and luckily enough, I had some people on here that could help me out with it. And I started to have a couple of villages. Nothing like what you see now. I had 4 villages. That's not enough to make a full village, but at least I could get some tools and armor. Which brings me to the following. I have tools and armor now, which is rather awesome, I must say. So I kept on harvesting as many carrots as I could. That's why I started focusing on that, because I wanted food, and I did carrots, I did beetroot, everything in order for those guys to start breeding. And breed they did, as you can see. I kept on adding beds. In here, there's hidden a bunch of beds, as you can see. On the sign here, I should have, 73 beds. That's how they're laid out behind those walls. I don't want them to reach them, because that will break the farm. But I started getting iron. And from that iron, I could trade with these guys, and I kept on having enough food for them. And eventually, I had a farmer. Which from a farmer, you can buy bread. Which is what I did. I unlocked them. I got some bread. And with the iron that I collected, I traded it for emeralds. And I kept on expanding. And expanding. And expanding. Which is what you see now. I have basically every tool, all the armor trim. I've got everything I need in here. And I needed some organization. I had a pretty big chest monster by then. So this is the way I organize things. What's in the chest is what you can see under it. That's how I like it. There's carpet in here. More carpet in here. That's how I like it. So time to go downstairs. I fought all the guys that were in here. And I kept on making more and more farms in order to keep up with all the stuff that I needed. And yes, this is rather manual, but it's better than having nothing at all, is what I say. So this is what I have, and as you can see, I have become rich. Very rich. I made a tiny little farm, which does not produce a lot. However, I don't need a lot. So yeah, whenever I'm AFK, doing the iron farm, getting some more iron, getting all of it, these farms are casually producing as well. So I have to admit though, I died a couple of times left and right clearing all of this out. But eventually I got there. I got all of these lights in the roof just so it's all lit up. I still have to do the bottom, so I did a bunch of torch spam. I want to have it mob proof. And I made it down another level. Now this level was much harder because it also has a lace. And I did not want them to get hurt. Oh, there's a lot of in here. A lot of them. Too bad. Yeah, they're usually all in this little room. And I don't want to go in there because they will rush out. And then that's a pain. Anyway, this was much more tight. And there was a lot more blocks to clear out. And a lot of these evokers. And they're hard to fight. So, yeah. And I still had a problem because I wanted to do villages the hard way. Which meant I wanted them to spawn and I wanted to cure them. Because why do it the easy way if you can do it the hard way, I guess. I made this mob farm. Which is nothing more than just a spawning platform. With a bunch of this scaffolding and a little water. Flushing it over the edge. And all of that will flush them over the edge. And I got 3 layers right now. Man, I need some. I need some swimming shorts or something. Anyway, so I did that. I tried to keep as much of the Woodlands mansion intact. Downside is I need to kill it, and to kill it, I needed another level. So at first, I made a level over here. I had traded my way into some of this dripstone. And so I could collect more lava, and as you can see, I have plenty of lava. However, the platform wasn't bigger than this was the original fence right here. And there's a cobblestone generator right here, which I still use, which is my main cobblestone generator. And this is what I run, and the resources that I get from it are actually rather awesome. As you can see, this is how I get most of my cobble. And I kept on expanding. I made a killing chamber right over here with a trident killer. Yoink. For all these mobs, which they're automatically being killed right now. And then they give me the XP right down here. You can see. And we got some nice and juicy loot. That's how I got all my redstone, and that's how I got all the things I needed. And it still is a main source of redstone. So from that point on forward, like, can we expand again? Which, yes, we can. All the way down to the bottom of the world. Now, that's a big drop, as you can see. And I made this all water in case, and don't ask me how I know and why this happened, but in case sometimes you break these blocks, you can see it happen 3 times over there. You fall down, and even if there's a floor down here, yeah, you die. So I made it an ocean. So in the beginning, I was like, let me try and see if I can do all of this automatic, but I filled it in by hand eventually. I couldn't get it to work. Too much trouble versus just doing that. And as you can see, this is quite a big travel. And let's explain how I made these walls, because those are tall walls, aren't they? Actually, I didn't make them myself. Well, I did, but also didn't. The way I made these is... Oh, what's over there? Took the wrong way. On this level outside here, a ring that went around, and I poured a bucket of lava, and I waited until it was all the way down to the bottom of the world, and I poured a quick bit of water down there. And I don't know if I could show you, but let's try. If you flush it fast enough... As you can see, there's this water thing going down super fast, and it doesn't really create that much that much lag, and will instantly convert all of that pouring lava into cobblestone. And that's how I got my extended wood mansion. Now, I was wanting to make this original staircase a little bit bigger, which I done, and I was like, you know what, I need a lawn. So this was my original lawn, because I wanted to flex that I had infinite grass blocks to everybody. So this was the original lawn, and I put an AA logo up there, which I really like, and I still like it to this day, which gives me this epic view like this, meaning I have the greenest lawn and the nicest house on our skyblock. And I've just casually been mining this dirt, and I've been putting it around my my mansion, which I have a mansion in Minecraft Bedrock Edition Skyblock, which is, it's pretty nuts to say, but that's what I have. So that's the basics of how I got all of this, and I'm slowly working on more stuff, which I'll show off here momentarily. One of the things I have is this rather awesome conversion farm right here. See if I have some bone meal. I do. I'll show you how it works. So let's bone meal this, which gives us a couple of these extra moss blocks. And you're probably already asking yourself, why would you do that? Well, I want this stone to be converted. There we go. And let's quickly flush everything that's on there off. There we go. And now we plant a... Whoa, yeah, that's still a glitch in the game. Or, well, not a glitch. Every single time we log on, we have this problem with this... with these saplings instantly growing up. It's got everything to do with it being Skyblock mod, which is difficult on Bedrock. And I will do this 3 times, so I gotta mine these real quick. But as you can see already, it does the effect that I kind of want to show off. This moss is now dirt. I'll do it again. And after that, we're gonna do the 4 wide. Let's do the 4 wide and give it some bone meal. Well, let's see what happens. Boom. It grows a big tree for us. And this big tree, as you can see, has a big spawning area. This is an original feature, so it's not added. It's an original Minecraft feature. And it will create puzzle block. Is this puzzle? Yeah, puzzle. So yeah, it will give us puzzle, which we can then convert to dirt if we just mine it like this, which is what I've been doing. And now here's where the magic happens, because we need a new chamber. So I made this automatic stone generator, and it will fill that chamber back up. It will destroy all the moss blocks. In the meantime, I usually take off all of these extra moss and leaves and seeds, and I make it into bone meal. And as you can see, I've got a new chamber full of stone. Turn this off. And usually when I click this button, it automatically bone meals for me. It's not that reliable, but good enough. And then I just fill the chamber back up and get more dirt. So every single time I get about, this is the dirt we just mined, about a stack. A little more than a stack, but about a stack of dirt out of every cycle, which is pretty good. And then we get about a stack and a half of spruce logs, which is just nice to have. It's just nice to have. Yeah, this is getting filled up, as you can see. So that's why that thing is there. Why do you have this? Well, sometimes you want haste 1, and you take a bucket and you drown yourself real quick. And now I have haste 1. And that's why I have that. It's literally, that's really the reason. And you can keep drowning yourself, so apply it over and over and over. That's why I have that. So that's what I've been doing in the overworld. However, I'm not alone in this realm. We have a guy called Maddhatter over here as well. And Maddhatter and I have been building something in the Nether. And here we are in the Nether. So we don't really have a Nether hub yet. But yeah, I decided to make this big, ugly thing. But it's better than what most people have, because most people just have a port. So I'm still winning. I don't have the greenest lawn in here, but at least I have an ugly house. Me and Maddhatter were building a gold farm, which is what this is. And it's a pathfinding gold farm by Maddhatter and me. So Maddhatter kind of did the design, which I think he borrowed from somewhere else, or maybe it's his design. I'm not really sure. As you can see, it works. It works. And I supplied most of the blocks, part of the glass. But I think Maddhatter had a pretty nice village to set up. So how does this work? Pretty simple. We'll have, as you can see, these pigmen and zombie pigmen all spawn, and since those are trap doors, they think they can walk over them. They're open, so they fall down, and that's basically how that whole farm works. Relatively easy. And then they fall down all the way at the bottom, so they die of very simple fall damage, and then they give us ingots, as you can see. They give us rotten flesh, which we eventually can probably trade. And then here's our nuggets. And it's actually doing pretty well, because as you can see, we have some gold blocks. And I already took some, and most people took some. And yeah, it's been a very handy farm. Is it the fastest? No, it isn't. However, for us being in Skyblock, and this being our beginner gold farm, I say it is pretty damn effective. Oh, we're cooking on some smoked salmon. Don't mind if I do. Don't mind if I do. So yeah, that's basically how we're doing that, and I believe we're smelting some tools that fall down, and that's basically all the farms that I have. I know there's people like fizzcanon. Shout out to him as well. They have a little group of people over there, and they have a witch farm apparently, and they've been giving me some blocks from that, and that's been awesome. They make use of my mansion, which is fine. I like that, people using the stuff that I built. So yeah, and then there's also JW or J Wilkes. I don't know. I call him JW, and he's the owner of that Guardian farm. Oh, well, that Guardian Temple. I'm not sure if he is doing anything with it, but yeah, that is Advanced Automation Skyblock as of the 21st of January 2026. I went from just a tiny little island to owning a mansion. Anyways, thank you for watching, and we'll come to you with another episode pretty soon, I hope.